Hello you guys, welcome back. I'm sorry I'm very sweaty and very hot. It's currently super hot in Hong Kong, and now I'm going to something that absolutely terrifies me today, and I'm gonna take you along with me. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to sketch, I don't know if you can guess by the weather, but I am going to sketch the sunset. And the sunset is something that I've always been really scared to sketch because like the light changes really fast, like the shadows will just move really swiftly. I take a lot of sunset photography, and even in 5 minutes when I'm like taking that photo, the light just changes and I can make like so many different photographs out of it. So I don't even know what's gonna happen now that I'm going to be sketching it, because it's gonna take me more than a split second to put down a brush stroke and kind of just make the scene that I want to make. But you know, I'm never gonna improve if I never do this. So I thought, instead of failing in private, let me just fail publicly and share this journey with you guys. And I don't know if it's gonna be helpful at all, but I thought it would be fun at least to try and to kind of document my thought process as I'm trying it out. And I've got like my handy dandy tripod with me, got all the painting gear in my bag, and let's go. Just a little weather update for you. It is currently 32 degrees Celsius in Hong Kong, and the humidity is probably super high because all the sweat is just sticking to my skin. TMI, I know. Just wanted to, you know, make this a little bit more realistic for you. And the reason that I'm going out today is because the forecast for the next few days is going to be super rainy. And I know it's like a lot more comfortable to stay indoors with like the AC. But the way I think about it is like, you know, when I go to sleep tonight, will I like regret going out, or will I regret not going out? And the answer is very easily, I will regret not going out. So I'm doing this as a favor to future Becky, and I'm just gonna take the leap and sweat now because, you know, I can just wash it all off in the shower anyway. Sun. But yeah, can wash it all off. I can be fresh again, and I'll have maybe 1 or 2 sketches to add to my bank. Whew. All right, now the task for today. Actually, let's change spots. So granted, I actually don't know what I'm gonna be sketching just yet. The priority for today is that, sorry kid. The priority for today is that I am going to find a spot in the shade, because I cannot be sketching if I suddenly combust into perspiration and sweat, which I already am doing a little bit right now, but I cannot keep doing that and just evaporate. So I need to somewhat be alive, and in order to do that, I need to find a spot of shade. So the priority is we're gonna find a spot of shade, and we're gonna sketch whatever comes afterwards, because like I just can't, not in this weather. Not maybe in fall, maybe in winter, not now though. So let's keep walking, let's keep trotting along, and let's find that perfect spot for us. Let me take you on a quick tour for the Hong Kong skyline. So that side is called Hong Kong Island. That is the westmost side of Hong Kong Island. The one facing here would be called Kennedy Town. And then go a little bit there. That is the ferry terminal that goes to Macau. If we walk a little bit over to that side, we would hit all the other Hong Kong Island sites. And actually we'll be going, so you're gonna see it in a bit. But also, let me just show you, I can barely see the screen. This is one of the brightest suns I've ever seen. Look at all these scenery. So basically this park gives you like a 270 degrees view of Hong Kong, like if you walk towards the edge of it. which is pretty darn nice actually. So I love coming here. I love enjoying like coming here. As promised, the lower bottom corner of Kowloon Island, and I'm gonna show you the views of Hong Kong Island right now. So, with a simple turn of camera, that is called the International Financial Center. So that is one of the tallest, most iconic buildings in Hong Kong. It is paired with another International Financial Center, a lot shorter on that side, hidden behind that building. These are boats. A lot of them pass by these Victoria Harbor. It's great. Whole Hong Kong Island view. That's the peak where if you see people talking about Hong Kong's the peak, I think it's there. Or is it there? I need to check. I'm trying to find the iconic building, but it's kind of... Oh, there. That thingamajiggy is the Peak Galleria, which I fainted, so that's the peak. Oh, then I guess if you want to go to peak, it's even higher. But yes, that's the peak right there where my finger's at. Kennedy Town. This is Shengwan for the ferry terminal. That's Central. You can also see Wan Chai all the way to the left there, but it's currently blocked by this tree. And if you look over there, it's an area called Chim Sa Choi. So you can see kind of the shopping mall. And that's me. I don't know if you know her. I don't know her. But that person's me. Hello. Check this out, guys. So I'm currently sketching with this view, and I really don't know how life can get better than this, honestly. It is amazing. Just a quick overview of what I've got here. My art toolkit that I've spritzed on with some water. This is my usual sketching paper, my brush, my water, and my paper napkin that I've clipped to the bottom here. And let's go. In case you guys are curious how I set up my camera, so this is a magic arm. It's what my filmmaker friend taught me to get, which is just clamped to the back like this. And then I have my go-to camera filming directly towards the sketchbook. And I've got everything else ready to go. Alright, here we are. We're finally starting to sketch, and as you can already see with like the grainy footage, I am already starting to lose the light. So looking back, it is a losing battle. But at that point in time, I didn't think of it. I just thought that I could totally do it. So the color that I splotched on is a brilliant pink that is heavily watered down, because just looking at the sky in the background, I could see a lot of pink or light red reflections that came through, and I just wanted it to kind of peak underway. This is my friend just coming over for a little bit, so I took like a 10-minute break from the sketch. And when I came back to it, the lights seemed to not change much, but at the same time, it kind of did. So what I tried to do is I tried to really simplify the scene to its like absolute basics. I didn't want to kind of like make a sketch and draw out a scene and then not have enough time to actually develop the whole scene. So I decided that I would, from the corner of my eye, I see that there is a sunset happening towards the east that is not reflected here. So I'm just trying to capture that, and essentially the scene is just the blue skies, some clouds with some warm light reflections on it and the top and at the bottom, so they're a little bit of an orange, yellow, pinkish, and with some distant mountains at on the lower side of the frame. So I just use a lot of white, and by a lot I mean like a lot of white, and then I just try to play these colors against each other, and at the same time being careful because I actually don't want the blue and the yellow to blend. That flash of light was me trying to use my phone to shine some light, and then I realized like it actually just distorts the color of everything, so I am going to struggle with the darkness, and I'm really sorry that you're struggling with this too.
lesson is not to sketch when it's gonna get dark. Like, this actually was my first time sketching in the dark. I actually think that this might be the darkest scene I've ever sketched. So I apologize in advance for that. I considered like scrapping this video, but at the same time, I wanted to show you guys what's the reality. So you're gonna see the sketch reveal in a bit. I'm sorry, it's a bit hard to see now, but yeah, so there are some palm tree silhouettes, so I just added just one with this big brush. I'm not switching over to a smaller brush, mainly because I cannot be bothered, so we are stuck with that. Alright, my camera has adjusted for this scene, but this scene is about to become a lot more disastrous than the first one, so I'm just gonna speed through it. I see the scenes in front of me, and I see the slowly lighting up neon signs, and I want to capture it in a short time as possible. And I personally think I did not spend a lot of time capturing it. I really rushed through it because the light just disappeared really quickly. So what I'm trying to do is I just got that Prussian blue out because I wanted the sky to start a little bit darker, just so that when I pop in the bright neon colors, it would actually pop up against the sky. So I was actually having trouble getting it to be dark just because the paint I was using was not super fresh, and I think I ended up pouring a little bit out of my Prussian blue tube in order to really get that paint to stick on, but because I use a lot of water, it becomes a little bit diluted, so I'm just struggling to really layer on the sky in this beginning stages. Maybe for next time I can consider priming the sketchbook with like a dark sky color if I knew I was gonna be sketching in the dark, but at the same time I didn't know. So this is me really going for like the simplest statement as possible. So a dark sky, an even darker mountain. Actually the sketch is probably going straight to the trash or something, because I just looking at this I'm just like, oh, I really don't like how this is turning out. I just put in some simple blobs for the clouds, and at this point it's a losing game, but I just wanted to see what I could get out of it. So I'm just very quickly putting in the buildings, very quickly putting on the lights, which to my surprise actually pops. Thankfully, I think because I was really layering that dark and dark. And I'm just gonna give up here. Like, this is not a sketch that I can continue to do with the severe lack of light behind me. And I think this is where I should respectfully give up, call it a day, come back next time a little bit more prepared.
Not sure how much you can see. I personally cannot see much, and it's supposed to be this view, but I would say this is a complete fail. Alright, I know this is probably looking super beautiful right now, but from my standpoint, I have completely failed this mission, or at least really failed the second painting. And one of the reasons is because the light changed so fast, I didn't catch it in time. And second, I think, which was something that was like a major oversight, is I did not bring a light. So I am sketching here, and I can barely see anything. It's really hard to distinguish my values. I couldn't really see if what I was putting on was like darker or lighter. And plus the scene like changed really quickly. Like, it's so beautiful now, but I think this is a scene that I may have to come back and sketch in real life if I have a light, or maybe just take it back to the studio, and by studio I mean my one-bedroom flat, and just sketch it over there, because this...
各位遊客，無論去到邊都好。
Alright, that announcement was done, cutting away. Can't really remember what I was saying, but basically I think this is a good experience. Now I kind of know what to remember to bring during sunset. Like, I should definitely bring a light, or at least be prepared to light up a light. Next thing that I should also be preparing is that I should probably come a lot earlier, and maybe instead of coming like an hour before sunset, I should come like 2-3 hours before sunset. Okay, maybe 2 hours. Nobody really has time for 3 hours before sunset with a full-time job, and so that out of the window a little bit. And then lastly, I think what might be helpful is maybe to bring like pre-mixed colors on my palette, or maybe just bring wet gouache and not gouache that needs like re-wetting, because that itself already takes like a lot of time for me to just kind of like go and dig into my brushes. Maybe I should use watercolor as well, because they re-wet a lot easier than gouache. But yeah, so many things that I could have done differently. But I would say, for a first time painting the sunset, I think I failed brilliantly. And I'm glad you're here to see it. It's a learning experience, and I'm not really embarrassed with it, because I know that it's just gonna get better from here. All right then, it's time for me to head home and enjoy this beautiful view as I walk back. I hope you guys enjoyed this sketch, or at the very least enjoyed this view, because this view is spectacular. Thank you so much again for spending your time with me. It really means a lot that you would actually click on this video and watch it. Like, you have my eternal gratitude. And if you're ever looking for more videos like this, I've got a bunch of them on my channel. I'll link a playlist up here to all my urban sketch ventures, or that's what I like to call them. And take care, you guys. Happy sketching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!